Out here in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay, the breeze is farther to the right. It's into the northeast corridor, and it is blowing. It's cold, rainy, and windy, but that doesn't stop this fleet from pushing down to the line. Here is the gun. And we're off here at the pin end of the line. Boats push back a little bit. Committee boat end looks strong. Uka Uka Racing pulls into the lead here at the top mark. That's the current world champions as Larson tacks just in behind. It's an early set for our lead boat. Here at the offset, the rest of the fleet breathing down their neck, right on their heels. Larson doesn't have a kite up yet, but he's still a close second place as the boats take off on a plane. These conditions are where Melges 24s come into their own. 3 sails up in this case. All of the entire crew aboard Peter Lane's boat in the back of the boat. Bows are planing downwind. What a fantastic downwind leg. Terrific crew work and a plane the whole time for Italy's Uka Uka Racing as they approach the bottom mark in the lead. Back on the form that has won them last year's World Championship. The rest of the fleet settles into these leeward gates behind. Some boats have good takedowns and others decide to go fishing here at the leeward mark. What an effort to get that kite back on board full of water as the crew sheets the sails back in. Good news for Uka Uka Racing, tacking on the starboard tack ley line. Still well in the lead with 3 boats battling it out behind them. Bill Hardesty, Brian Porter, and Chris Larson round out the top 4. It has been a long downwind run for the entire fleet, but for one boat, it's been a good one. Lorenzo Bressani and the Uka Uka Racing crew just completed the last jibe and are heading for the finish line with no other boats in front of them. They've won a world championship before, and that is definitely the way to do it. They're going to win a race again and move forward in the standings. And a beautifully done performance. A fantastic job. After a short delay, the race committee has reset the line. We're at the pin end where Terry Hutchison is fighting aggressively with a group of boats to try and win this pin. 5 seconds to go and counting. Here comes the gun. Already some boats over early. This is definitely the favorite in, and we're off in race number 4. Hutchinson over early, spins back around. He'll likely not be the only one. At the top mark, it's Gabriel Zandona and the Joe Fly team, former world champions, back in the front again. Uka Uka, second place. Boy, what a day they're having. When the breeze is up, this team definitely turns it on. Bill Hardesty was third. Here's Chris Larson in 5th. A lot of boats approaching from that port tack ley line. Did they make it? Yes, tack complete. Well, this race definitely belongs to the Italians. It's Joe Fly to the left, Uka Uka Racing to the right. We're at the bottom gates, and they are going to split left and right, neck and neck. This race could go to either one of them. With the red spinnaker, Bill Hardesty's in 3rd. He just has to luff up over Joe Fly, and then it's going to be a tight jibe drop for the crew, with Chris Larson in 4th, taking the other mark. Bill Hardesty, low of the ley line, is going to have to do 2. The crew hits the rail hard, but not enough to cross Joe Fly, who is still in the lead. Hardesty's not going to make it in there. Likely he'll have to duck 1st place and 2nd, both on starboard. So the lead still belongs to Joe Fly, but it's Uka Uka Racing just on their heels. In fact, they're delaying that set just a little bit, trying to hip up on them, take their breeze. Hardesty just behind. That's 1, 2, 3, and the other boats are about 10 lengths behind them. But in the end, Joe Fly has held off all of the other boats to take victory. And another top finish for Chris Larson keeps him in contention for the lead.